We're at the information security section of Intersec 2020. Some nearly 50 exhibitors are at this particular section of the show at the Dubai World Trade Center. I'm at Dell Technologies stands, and I'm with Jack O'Reilly, the Regional Sales Director for OEM Solutions at Dell Technologies. Jack, thank you very much for being on our show. Let's just go through your brands, of course. Everyone knows Dell, the laptop and the computer, of course, but then you have this whole other division of your business, and enterprise and OEM solutions. Just take us through that.
Yeah, sure. So it's great to be here again. It's our 5th year here, so we love this show. So just quickly to talk through Dell OEM Solutions, we're a specialized division within Dell Technologies, and we work with customers that have their own intellectual property. So from a security and surveillance perspective, that's usually somebody that has a software that they want to bring to market, and we're the team within Dell Technologies that helps them bring that to market. So essentially what we will do is we'll work with the engineers in customers like Milestone, Genetec, Lensec, Pivot 3. We'll work with those engineers and the Dell engineers to build their appliance on Dell technology to help them bring that to market faster and more simpler. So that's what we're doing in OEM. We're helping customers bring their solutions to market.
And from a versus the OEM solutions versus the consumer solutions, what sort of percentage of revenue of the business globally is OEM solutions? Do you have a ballpark figure of that, or?
Yeah, so from an OEM perspective, globally, we're roughly around, I think it's around maybe 10 to 12% of the overall business, and growing very fast. If you look at it from a digital transformation perspective, everybody's talking about digital transformation at the moment globally. Every business has to turn into a digital business, and a lot of the time what's needed for that, for the end user to do that, is an OEM in the middle. Somebody who has that speciality software that they bring together with Dell's hardware, and then they can bring that in to really revolutionize industries. And even looking at that from a video surveillance perspective, where up until a few years ago it was analog, and now you've got these software players coming in and they're building their solutions on Dell Technologies, and it's really digitally transforming this industry. But again, it wouldn't be possible without the intellectual property of our customers like Genetec, Lensec, etc.
So it is definitely fast growing for the future. Okay, well, let's look at some of your brands that you have at Intersec 2020. VMware, of course, is one of them. You got Isilon. Just take us through them and what they do.
I'll talk about Isilon maybe first. So Isilon is one of our Dell EMC products. It's a storage solution for unstructured data, and believe it or not, Isilon as a product just won an Emmy Award last week. I didn't know technology products could win Emmy Awards, but Isilon did, for its contribution to the media and entertainment vertical. Obviously, from a media and entertainment perspective, there's a lot of video requirements, so there's an overlap with the security vertical. So Isilon is our most popular product for unstructured data in the video surveillance market, so lots of our customers buying that.
And VMware?
Yeah, so VMware Pulse is an IoT software from VMware. So again, VMware is one of Dell Technologies' 7 companies, and IoT Pulse from VMware is a device management solution. So it helps you when you've got devices out at the edge to ensure you can, rapidly update anything that needs to be updated at the edge. VMware Pulse helps you manage that from a device management perspective.
Just around the corner there, it's got a lot of people. It's actually building around. It must be quite popular. It's one of your customers that you work with quite closely.
NXN are a local customer of ours based here in Dubai, headquartered in Dubai, and they have operations across the Middle East. So again, they build their solution on the Dell Technologies platform, and they do a lot of work in things like smart cities, and they do a lot of things in like utilities and obviously in security as well. So what you can see behind us is it's almost like analyzing people's behavior, so behavioral analytics. So you can tell by looking at the screen or getting an alert if somebody looks agitated or happy or unhappy. So you can, I don't know if you can see the screen behind, but you can actually stand in front of that demo now and see, you can test it. You can start smiling, it'll tell you you're happy, or you can look angry, it'll tell you look angry. And then that'll send an alert. So say if it was somebody alone on a platform of a tube station or something, that can send an alert back to a security center saying, hang on, there's something not right about the body language or the behavior of that person. So it's great from a security perspective.
I suppose it'd be great for any kind of public space where there's a lot of people. Expo 2020, of course, is coming up, and I guess something like that would be quite good there for the governments looking after the people.
Exactly, yeah. So that's really what it's all about, and it's a big theme here at the show this year. Is all around things like facial recognition, things like behavior, things like analytics and real-time analytics, and not analytics where it results in somebody looking at a screen and picking up a phone. It's where it's actually fully automated, a true end-to-end IoT experience where instead of, you're actually getting real-time alerts. There's no point in having lots of video footage showing something that has already happened. It's all right having it in the real time. And again, the Dell Technologies platforms can give you that real-time, low-latency experience, and then coupled with people like NXN, it really helps it. So, yeah, as you said, in this market with things like Expo 2020, with big gatherings like even this show today, things like that can be very good from a security perspective.
Absolutely. Now, you've been at Intersec for the last 4 or 5 years as Dell Technologies. That is. How's the show been for? I mean, I guess you've been in Dubai for 2 years yourself, but have you been at the Intersec stand with Dell as well?
Yeah, so I've been here for the last 5 years. So it's great, and again, it's seeing the evolution of the industry and seeing the different softwares that are available now, as I said, from facial recognition, etc., that maybe weren't as prevalent 5 years ago, but now it's everywhere you look. But as always, it's a really busy show, and we're having a good time. My voice is already hoarse. I've been talking to so many people, so yeah.
I guess all your partners and your customers are around. You've got Lensec right next to you. You work closely with them. Milestone is just down the corner there. All your customers are all in one place. I suppose it's a good networking opportunity.
It's a fantastic networking opportunity, and you're just bumping into people as you're walking around. I just bumped into the global sales VP of Milestone. I hadn't seen him in a year or so, and it was like, oh hey, I didn't know you were here this year. And so all of our customers are here, so it's a fantastic networking opportunity. Some shows that you go to where they don't have as much of a vertical focus, it can be not as productive, or it can be more of a kind of a lead building exercise. But when you come to Intersec, you're meeting the people that you're already working with, and it really helps to accelerate those deals that you're working on, big deals, and helping to build that network. So that's why we love coming here.
And when we're talking about verticals, industry verticals, whether it be retail or public protection or hospitality, banking, finance, where do you see the most opportunity for Dell Technologies?
So I guess, a lot of it comes down to, speaking from an OEM perspective, and like even looking at it particularly in this region, where we see a lot of it is around the security. And the reason that security is a huge opportunity for us in this region, it just comes down to things like local compliance requirements of how long you need to store video data for. So in this region, you have to store the video footage for much longer than maybe you do in London.
So how long do you need to store it for here?
That's a great question. I had a feeling you were going to ask me that. I think it might be up to 12 months, whereas in some other countries, you may only need to have to store it for a month.
That's incredible.
So it means it's like a 12 times the size opportunity being in this region. But again, that's why you have so many of the key players and senior executives from all of our customers around here, because this market is the market when it comes to video surveillance and security.
And of course, you are the regional sales director for this region in Middle East, Turkey, and Africa. Comparing these markets, these are obviously very developing markets, Africa, Middle East, and Turkey, I guess to a certain extent. Comparing these markets to more developed markets like North America, Europe, your home continents. How does it compare as a developing market in this industry?
I actually think that in this market, it's actually quite. I would almost say it's leading in the security side of it, and again, that comes from the demands of the local regulatory requirements. So it actually is leading it. From our perspective, we sell a lot more, as a percentage in this market to video surveillance than we do in other regions. So we see it really as a leader from that perspective. And the great thing about this region is it has a want to be first attitude. So if there's a new technology, if there's a better way of doing things, if there's a more innovative solution out there, this region wants to be the region that adopts it first. And then we'll often see where we actually have customers from Europe coming here to see live solutions that are already in place, whether that's traffic management, using video cameras, or whether it's retail. We have a lot of solutions where people tracking around malls to see which stores should have higher rent, because the footfall naturally may go left when you come off an escalator, so suddenly the rent of that store goes up. So a lot of those solutions around here, and yeah, we actually have people coming into this region to look at them as case studies.
And do you think that's also a result of course, most projects here are very new? Dubai is very, relatively speaking, quite a young city itself. I guess you don't have this sort of legacy technology, analog technology, or a lot of the digital technology. That sort of it's new here, but because projects are new, they just go for the new technology. Yeah,
projects are new, exactly. So they go for the new technology. They're not necessarily updating older, outdated systems. So it's very much greenfield. And again, you mentioned Expo 2020 earlier. That's in my view, people talk a lot about smart cities and safe cities, and there's a lot of, there's a lot of solutions out there for smart cities and digital cities and safe cities, but to actually build one from the ground up, in my opinion, Expo 2020, the site out there is actually doing that. That's a real example of building a city from the ground up. A lot of the time, as you said, if you're going into an existing city, you can't overnight turn it into a smart city. You might be able to do smart departments, maybe starting with the fire department or starting with the refuge collection department or whatever, and build it up over time so that in 50 years' time, everything is smart. Whereas you go out somewhere like Expo 2020, where they're just starting from the ground up, they're going to have that done in a couple of months, and it will be an actual live, living smart city as compared to some other countries.
Final words on Intersec. Who would you like to meet over the next 2 days of the show?
Yeah, so for me, it's, as I said, it's connecting with our existing customers and then helping them and helping us to find lots of new opportunities. So all our great customers, Honeywell, Siemens, Lensec, Genetec, Milestone, they're all here and they're all great customers of Dell OEM Technologies.
Thank you very much for your time. Good luck with the rest of the show.
Thanks a million. Thank you.